No, I had to change it to just 5G. Oh, am I live? Oh, I didn't know I was live. Okay. Hey, everybody. Hope everybody's been having a good week so far. I thought I'd come on for a little bit, even though I don't know why. I don't know why I am. Honestly, kind of feel the desire to put some shit out that is quite shocking. But I'm trying to hold myself back because I want to see what else I can get, since, you know, these people love interfering with my life and Fred's life. What is good for the goose is good for the gander, so, right? There's certain reasons why certain ones, love to remain anonymous while they shit talk and cause all kinds of fucking drama and bullshit in the community. I feel like it should be a requirement. I feel strongly about this. If you're a creator, if you're going on panels and I feel like creators should not be allowed to be anonymous. Hey RJ, how's it going? So we'll just see where this conversation evolves. While I'm out, yeah, ever since I started going walking every day, regularly, for one, like, I have really bad knees. I have my whole life. Like, they're double jointed in a way. And sometimes they can kind of like pop out. And it's really strengthened my knees. And I don't have the pain I did especially in my left knee, like I used to. I'm not saying that somebody has to show everything about them and their age and everything, but if you're a creator, I know RJ, you're anonymous on here, so I get it. Like, I don't know. I guess I didn't think about there's certain ones that are anonymous because they're not on here like shit talking and putting out fucking lies. And so yeah, I guess I could see I just feel like the majority who come on here anonymous, like as creators, they do so that they can sit there and judge and talk a lot of shit, but they don't want their skeletons put out, you know. And I have a major problem with that. I have a major problem with people who come on here anonymously and like say the most horrible lies and propaganda but get to remain anonymous. It's a huge problem. Hey. Oh, was it locked? I haven't even tried again. Okay, let's. Thank you. Oh, and I'm planning an M, Carlos. You know, I can't believe I didn't. Everybody I thought of that is on anonymous on here, pretty much like that's a creator. I totally forgot about. I wasn't even thinking about you, RJ. So I'm sorry. I don't mean it towards like anything personal. It's just. It just seems like that's what the majority of ones that are anonymous. I don't know though about having to have. I don't know what would be a fair way to do it. Like but yeah, I have it on my wall. LA connection. I shared it. So yeah, I'm aware. I don't know. I'm confused though because I don't understand what's going. It sounds like he has a warrant or something. I don't know if they're going to extradite from where he is on a crime like. I'm sure it's a felony in his situation because of his past, and I don't know for sure. I just shared the info. Maybe I should have looked into it more before I just shared it, but it seemed like it was coming from a pretty reliable place. So I didn't know anything about that stuff going on. Like, I just found out about it today, so. Anyways, just a drink. Why was he freaking staring at me? Am I that hot? I'm just kidding. This guy was just like rubbernecking. I love to piss off the haters by saying such things, guys. I really don't. I'm not like that at all. All right, thanks. Is that why these people are so mean to me, Carlos? Kind of. He's still sitting out here. I don't think he was expecting to see you out here with me. That guy was still sitting outside. What? Hold on, guys. I'm reading a message. Oh, wow! Whoa! 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 The Zigster was right. Oh my God! I have to mute. Hold on. Whoa! I fucking knew it. I knew there was something like that going on, guys. I fucking called it years ago. I fucking called it. I just got confirmation. Wow. Whoa. 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 Keep watching to see what they respond because I need to know specifics. Oh my God. I fucking knew it. These pieces of shit, dude. Oh my God. Fred's over there laughing, but it is kind of, you gotta laugh, dude. Oh. Okay, guys, I'm not gonna leave you like hanging completely, but I'm just gonna say this. I'm just got fucking pretty good dang proof that, wait, I want to see first what's responded. Did they respond? Trying to think who else was with them. Yes, that, I fucking knew it. Pieces of shit, dude. That is so, I can't fucking believe that shit, dude. No wonder they were trying to fucking keep everybody away from you. They didn't want this. I'm glad too, but I mean, so Wow. So I'm not. I want to here. No, I know I'm live. I'm just trying to watch what I say before I say something like that's not exactly correct. I need confirmation on some things, guys. So, wow, fucking wow. That would have gone all the way back to 2022 or 2023. So, guys, I just got fucking pretty good proof that there absolutely was certain ones involved with trying to get a documentary going. They actually, oh my fucking God, dude. I fucking knew it. Those pieces of shit, dude. That's how some of this drama has unfolded with certain people. And oh my God, dude. The ones that I'm okay, well, I will tell you for a fact, I know Nana4Lyfe. Who else went to fucking Tennessee with her years ago when I was fucking, I knew it. I knew something was up, guys. I fucking knew it. Remember when they all met and they wanted to keep, they wanted to change fucking reality, and they wanted to make sure that nobody spoke to Fred, right? And they also were very, very secretive and did not want, they didn't want me involved at all. That is fucking hilarious. I called that shit. I fucking knew it, dude. I fucking knew it. Piece of shit, dude. What a fucking piece of shit. This bitch has gone around trying to put like, it all got destroyed, guys. This documentary that they had like arranged. Well, because when Nana and them, that's part of why Nana fell out. It wasn't because of the real reasons why she said. That's why she was sick, because she knew she was gonna trying to be part of this fucking Netflix shit. Oh, I am shaking so mad. I'm so pissed right now. That's the fucking real truth. That's the real truth. The main reason she fell out with the Wells. And then when she claims that she's seen this paper that they, was from CPS, and that's what caused her to separate from them and everything. That's what did it first. It made her sick to her stomach, right? No, what they didn't want they were sitting there just wanting a bunch of YouTube drama for this Netflix documentary. And that's why they were sitting there trying to push an agenda. Dude, I am so fucking pissed. It got fucking sabotaged because the Wells and Nana4Lyfe and all them had a falling out, if you don't fucking remember. And you remember certain ones? I fucking knew it, guys. Screenshot that. Screenshot it before it gets fucking deleted. What a fucking... These people have the audacity to go around and say people like myself and all these lies about Fred they spread. Like we're over here grifting and making money off of Summer Wells' name. No wonder Ryan was kissing fucking Nana4Lyfe's ass, dude. Yeah. Did you screenshot it?
Not yet. I just went to it and sent that message.
Fucking dumb. I mean, I swear to God, I cannot with these people. All the shit that they fucking talked about me and Fred, like we were the biggest piece of shit grifting, pieces of shit. And here they are, exactly like I said years ago, arranging this Netflix documentary. Wow. That's not the shot, the information that I had. It's about the same fucking person, though. Man, people are like making a run for... Hey, Tanya. No, I think the NDA was something like they were... It wasn't even like a real legit one. I mean, it was just a piece of paper that they were having people sign at the bottom. It's been put out, and I've showed it before myself. I showed it before myself. And they also, when I went and got Athena, they had me sign it. But all it stated on it is that you couldn't talk about, like, basically what, you couldn't record them. You couldn't, like... I was up there, like, literally, like, 5 minutes. Let me get through here, guys, and I'll think about it. That just fucking... I cannot even fuck... I am so fucking sick. That is insane, dude. Huh. I knew it. I fucking knew it. These people, so bad, So, according to the Wells, allegedly, they pulled out of it because these people just wanted, they didn't want the truth, they just wanted drama. And it was for YouTube drama, is what the Wells are saying. It was never about the truth, which, imagine that. And yeah, so I got that from that part. Yeah. I'm just kind of trying to watch what I say, just because I don't want to. Yeah, their truth, not the truth. It's not even their truth. They, at all. So that makes sense. You guys, you can probably pretty much put 2 and 2 together. The ones that went with Nana4Lyfe the first time back in 2023 or 2022. Yeah. That same group that I called out years ago, because I had a feeling I knew because of how secretive they were. This includes Dabble Geeks. All, yeah. That's it. I fucking knew it. So I did. So you guys know how Nana4Lyfe lives around, go around saying her family owns this RV park, her grandfather or whatever. It's not her grandfather, for one. I know exactly who she is now, because I like to fucking know who is the ones that are trying to cause problems in my life, and so I have found out who she is 1,000%. Nana4Lyfe's real name is Kimberly, and I 1,000% know for a fact who she is, and I'm starting to find out what she's all about beyond just what she's presented herself online. So you guys, this all makes sense. You remember in the beginning when everybody wanted to act, there was this agenda trying to be pushed that this Nana4Lyfe was this really sweet lady, just so nice and amazing. You remember that? No, it's not the one that passed away. That's Nana's Angels. Nana4Lyfe is the one that gets herself inserted and is best friends with Bill Shipley, who is causing a bunch of bullshit and ripping up flyers, tearing them down, and blaming them on Don Wells. Nana is sitting there trying to push this agenda. I don't believe it. I don't believe that. I believe that is more of something, even when it first came out, even before anybody even said anything. Fred was like, I guarantee, he's like, from knowing of Bill from the creek, I guarantee it is him that's doing this stuff. He likes to play good guy and bad guy at the same time. Let's see, what do I need? I don't know if I really need anything. I'm just getting some soup for my daughter. I think I'm gonna go. That's pretty freaking hilarious, guys. It just keeps getting better and better, or worse and worse. My phone is like only on. I hope it doesn't die. If it does, I might have to come back. Hopefully we can make it back in time. Nana4Lyfe is the one that inserted herself and tried to. It was part of this Christmas tree thing, and she was the one that claimed she was strapped. Oh gosh, now Fred wants to. Um, they were making jokes, her and Nana and those others that she went with. How Nana had a gun at the same time. Fred had an incident at his place where there was a group of people who were trespassing on the property and had a gun, and like they got hit because it was dark and Fred hit the person, couldn't see who they were, and when that happened a gun went off. Somebody could have got killed with them fucking around out there, and I know that was them too. I am pretty sure of it, just like I was pretty sure that they were out there trying to be part of this documentary. I fucking knew it, and I was right. I was right. Fred wanted to coke, but there is none. Maybe I could. Here, I'll get him the. So we'll just call Nana4Lyfe, Kimberly from now on. There's more, guys. Wait till you guys find out what else happened. Hey. Good, how are you? No, there's probably not anything. Okay. Okay. My cards unlocked and I didn't. Okay, cool. You too. You guys want to hear something even? See. I know you do. Might even be a little bit even more shocking. I don't know. I think the documentary is pretty fucking shocking, if you ask me, after the bullshit that all these people have tried to fucking spread. All this bullshit narrative, dude. And Nana4Lyfe is one of the biggest it has. And at the beginning, people were like, it was all purposely done to desensitize or get people like it's like programming in a way. At the beginning they wanted to act like Nana4Lyfe was this like really sweet older lady, and it was being like pounded in our heads. Okay, it wasn't until, because she's been around since the beginning, and I was under that understanding until like she started surrounding herself uh, and attaching herself to certain ones, and then that whole incident happened back in 2022, in November where all of them went there down to Tennessee. And then that was Gavel Geeks, Chasing, Adrian, Nana4Lyfe. They all went down there together in a secret thing. Remember they cut out Benny? Yeah, they had they were it was all like I said, you remember they all went there and then they claimed some crazy shit happened and they couldn't talk. I wonder why they couldn't talk, guys. Was that part of the stipulations of the documentary? It just made perfect sense to me. And gosh gee willikers, I was right. Imagine that. Imagine that. Whoa. Huh? Oh, I know somebody's shooting. I can hear it. Oh. But trying to make it home so I don't run out of batteries. Kimberly got so obsessive and way too invested that she ended up, you guys ready? You ready? She was fired from her job. Fired from her job, her place of employment. And wait till you guys hear why. Wait for it. Wait for it. She can put out a whole bunch of fake shit on us, but I have the real shit. She was fired from her job for misusing the company freaking computer and their programs to fucking stalk and look up information on people. She was fired for it. Yes, I know from where, the place that she was working and everything. Oh man, these people, they have some fucking nerve. They have some fucking nerve. Looking up personal information, and I can only assume people surrounding the Summer Wells case, names that came up. I can only assume that is what she or who she was looking up, and it got her ass fucking fired, as it should have. Yes, using the company computer.
Makes you wonder what else you used the company computer for that got her fired too. So it wouldn't be on her computer.
Wow, guys, these people, I cannot get over this shit. And to get the confirmation that there absolutely 1,000% was a Netflix documentary being they even recorded, guys. They even fucking recorded. There was cameras and everything. You guys know, I think you guys would know, when you get involved in those types of documentaries and reality TV, you are put under a NDA and you're not allowed to speak. I think we could all pretty much fucking figure it out using our brains, I would think, on which ones went silent for damn near a year and their poor little documentary fell through. Wow. Quite interesting, if you ask me. Well, you know, 2026 is supposed to be the year of exposure. And over here, I hope everything was exposed. Why don't you guys go get our phone calls and everything off the jail? Or I bet you already have, haven't you guys? But, you know, they sure as hell don't want to put anything out because it would just prove everything we've been saying all along. You can't tell me these obsessive freaks haven't FOIA'd Fred's jail calls yet. You don't see us over here hiding and scared or everywhere trying to defend ourselves in chats to chats, you know. How do I know about, I think I should tell them how I know about the Netflix documentary. It will it will make it. Fred is advising me not to state who told us this information. But I fucking knew it. I had to get you a Pepsi because the Cokes were out or gone. And I was in the line too when you sent that. I was like, damn it. What can we expect from ones that are backing people like Bill Shipley, guys? We've seen his shit with from his own writing, his own mouth. Like it's not fake news. It's out there. It's all over Facebook. A lot of it he's scrubbed off, but I mean, there's still, he's did so much fuck shit all over Facebook. Guys, he was contacting one of my mods like a few weeks ago and asking them out on a date and telling them how big of a piece of shit Nana4Lyfe and Ryan were, and how, you know, oh, they were my friends. But now they're best buddies again. Oh, wow. Fucking knew it. The person that I knew it. I knew it. And they all fucking came on here and called me a fucking liar. I mean, it just took 2 and 2. You just put down, you add 2 plus 2, it equals 4. It was so obvious. All these certain ones, creators, fucking left the internet for a year. Who remembers? Like, they left for a very long time and said that they were done with the Summer Wells case. No, they fucking weren't. Lying pieces of trash, dude. All they do is lie. It was only because it benefited them. They were going to be in a documentary, guys. They were going to be famous.
Might be real famous if it's true what I heard in jail and stuff about them was hard, a bunch of creators.
For their interference?
Yeah.
It is fucking disgusting. Gotta plug my phone in before it dies. Of course they would want to keep. Yeah, but it's like, how do you sit there and talk shit about how Ziggy and Fred, we're inserting ourselves and all, and that we're grifting and all that shit. How can you do that with a straight face? Well, you know what you're doing behind the scenes. You guys, it was all purposely done in order to spread a narrative. They didn't want fucking Netflix talking to Fred. That would screw everything up. I wouldn't have wanted to be involved with those people anyways, guys, unless it's for the absolute truth. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to be a part. Wouldn't want to be a part of something that is not about the truth. But I still find it fucking hilarious. Do you know how crazy you sound, Miss No Name, Miss Norian Ivy? Oh, interesting. Hey, wise old lady. Ban, user, and delete. Special Night Chasing shoots a stick up from cracking cases, and when we be saying he looked like a drug problem, and sure enough. Well, my problem with Chasing is she's still surrounded with these people. And she put out a bunch of lies, knowing the fucking truth, knowing I was right about this documentary. And I'm pretty fucking sure I'm right about them being the group of people that was up on Fred's property, because certain ones, including Benny Keys, told me that Gavel Geeks was planning on setting Fred up. They had this whole fucking plan. That Gavel Geeks wanted to buy cocaine from Fred during this supposed trip. When Fred that was not something he sold. So it says a lot about her and what she's actually into. It's okay. I didn't have sorry, I'm trying to move this out of the way so I can. So yeah, interesting. That was interesting info. I thought Nana4Lyfe misusing company computer, and she gets fired from her job for doing so. Wow, these people are like, I can't even fucking believe it, dude. I cannot fucking believe the audacity of these people. Yeah, I kind of was noticing that earlier. I don't know. I hold on. I don't know. I'm trying to see where the camera is. Yeah. So it makes perfect sense why they would, you know, this documentary falls through, and now they're back on they come back all on the internet all at once. When you're a part of things like that, you have to sign an NDA, and you're not allowed to discuss the case on the internet or anywhere publicly. It made absolute sense, and I was right. I was fucking right the whole time.
There's your closet if you need food. Like a refresh or something, you froze or something.
I'm frozen.
I can hear you talking, but
I don't know. Am I frozen to everybody else? It's probably because coming into the Wi-Fi. Yeah, she's a local. She is a local. Her name is Kimberly. And it's not her fucking, it's not her grandfather or father who owns the RV park. It's her husband's family, okay? She wanted people to think that, so to confuse people, because she didn't want people to know who she is, because she, huh? Okay. So I saw her in a comment under her real account on Facebook on, I saw her making a comment under TBI post, and she's like, find Summer Wells. And I respond to her. I go, hey, Nana4Lyfe. I go, you don't want Summer Wells found. You have an agenda and a narrative that you are trying to spread. You are purposely been putting out misinformation and only things that and surrounding yourself with people who are absolutely no good. It doesn't matter to her, whatever pushes her agenda. So that just proves that she's been trying to become famous, that these certain other ones are trying to become famous and grifting off of Summer's name, trying to act like there's some, you know, important people. Is it glitchy for everybody else? Where is the RV park? It is over there in Van Hill Road. Imagine that. It's like a mile away from the fucking Van Hill Search. On the same road. Huh? Well, I was trying to be nice and not put out certain names and stuff, but if you guys overheard Fred, then I guess you may have heard you'll find it out. You'll figure it out. I'm sure many of you guys have been right when trying to find it. Yeah, it's like a mile down the road from the search site. Right, Fred? 2 miles. And there's other weird stuff about this too, but I don't know. There's other things that I'm not going to say or put out yet until I know absolutely for a fact. But there's other weird things, especially with her name. Certain family members. I literally just found out all this information within the last 24 hours. So, and I don't waste my time fucking, I don't like to waste a bunch of time on these people. I really don't. I just, it's not really, I don't benefit in any way. I don't really make any money off of it, like at all. I haven't even been coming on YouTube. That is the craziest shit, guys. So there's also a certain name that came up, like when Frank was talking about, well, it wasn't him that mentioned the name. Fred said the name, and the last name of this guy, which is associated with Frank Hill, who, when you remember that story of Frank was talking to Ryan about how people taking things across to Mexico and stuff, it was odd him saying that because he has a buddy that was doing that. And that buddy of his happens to live right over there too and has the last name of fucking Nana. Same last name of Nana. And this person's almost gotten a bunch of shit for taking certain things across to Mexico. And it was just weird how Frank just talked about that, talked about things being taken to Mexico, when he had had a good friend who was involved with that. And they're like I said, the last name of this person that, I mean, Fred and I have talked about it privately before, having no idea that it's the same last name as Nana. And then what's also strange about it is this person lives over on Van Hill Road too, over by the RV park. So it makes me think it's family of Nanas. I need to find that article of those ones that were taken. Now, this person didn't end up, he got lucky. He didn't end up getting arrested for it, though. But the group around him did. But he was definitely, Fred knew of him being a part of that whole group. And they went down. A bunch of them went down and were arrested. And it's just so strange that Frank mentioned something about people, how the red truck could be in Mexico and how these people buy truck. How did he know this stuff? He said these people purchased old work trucks like that red Tacoma that they had, and people purchase them and what did he say? How did Frank mention, what did he say the story was about about these people buying or taking
a lot of stuff going to South America. He didn't say Mexico.
Oh, he didn't say South. He said South America. Okay.
And when he brought that up and stuff, I mean, the first one popped in my mind was that one that I'm suspecting they sold the red truck to.
Yeah, and who is over there, lives on Van Hill Road, and he was taking stuff. Huh?
He's got the same last name as Nana.
Yep, has the same last name as Nana.
And see, only reason he didn't get busted, he sent a shipment to Mexico, a cattle, and with all that money in them, and then had
they would stuff the cows.
Same cattle.
Why did I go like this? That's gross. I go, they would stuff the cows. But they did, and they would sew them up, and they would.
They actually waited till they got back to the destination before they made the bust. But he actually wasn't there when they got there. But that's how they work. They'll send somebody else to do their dirty work and stuff, so they'll stay in the clear to the top dogs will. They always got a fall guy, you know. I mean, it was on the news and stuff. I'm trying to think what
I know it was on the news because we found the article about it. But I can't remember. I mean, I'm sure if we were to search, in the article though, it talks about them taking shipments down to Mexico. I'd really love to know what kind of information, who exactly, Nana4Lyfe, who exactly she was researching on her work computer. She worked for an insurance company, guys. I don't know what kind of information they have in these work computers or whatever, but she was looking up people's private personal information.
See, the last time I dealt with that man was in, I think, 98, when he was buying all them rattlesnakes and copperheads for them snake handling churches and stuff.
Fred would catch poisonous snake. Tell him what you would do.
Well, I'd catch copperheads and rattlesnakes and sell them to him. And he was selling them. He supposedly was selling them to snake handling churches.
I guess these snake handling churches pay a lot of money for these snakes. And Fred would catch them and sell them, and they would pay $100 a foot.
Pays a foot long, it's $100. 2 foot long, $200. 3 foot long, 3 and 4.
Yeah.
And 4.
So, but they made more than that. Like, it's like a. Huh?
See, Paul Hill is the one that set me up with him on the snakes, because Paul was actually selling him snakes instead when he would be logging and catch them and stuff and sell them to him back then. But
yeah,
the last time I dealt with him was in 98, I think it was.
So you were a kid.
18 or so.
So this has been years ago when Fred would do that, but yeah, it wouldn't be crazy if the guy that we're thinking of is Nana's husband or Nana's. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. My brother retired from an insurance investigator. They can find anything. Oh. Do you mean the group that was arrested for running from Michigan through Knoxville and then up? No, this was to Mexico.
Going straight to Mexico and back to Greene County.
Yeah, it was from Greene County to Mexico.
That's why the motto was for a long time, you didn't buy this little weight in Greene County. It was always pounds. You didn't buy this ounces, you bought pounds.
And that's what happened, Gruder girl, Nana4Lyfe. That is the shocking information that I was trying to think if I was going to put out yet, because I was kind of wanting to find other info, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't really like to waste my time much on these people anyway, so might as well just fucking get it over with and let other people look into it. She got fired. I don't know exactly when yet, but she got fired from her work because she was fucking using her work computer for her dirty fucking shit that she does here on YouTube. I can only fucking assume. I know that she got fired for using the work computer to look up info on people. I don't know specifically who. I would love to fucking know, though. Are you sure that she wasn't trying to find VIN numbers? Like when I know we were trying to find a VIN number of a certain vehicle just because we were trying to make sure that yellow vehicle that was up on Dawn and Candace's, you know, a lot of people thought it also, there was a vehicle looked exactly the same that was on Jody Sue's, and for the longest time people thought it was the same vehicle, so that's why they were trying to get that.
I think it's interesting how close she lives to the
Fizzle was
cemetery.
not a part of that group that went to Tennessee, huh?
I think it's interesting how close she lives to the horse pond swimming hole. Nana4Lyfe.
Yeah, she lives really, really close, right over there by Fort Patrick Henry Dam. I'm not going to put out like any type of personal information about her beyond her name being Kimberly. You guys could fucking figure it out. I'd call her employer and ask if she was looking you up. Will they tell you? I don't know, but anyone connected to this case could have their privacy violated. I know, that's a good point. I would love to know if, you know, people, me or Fred was one of the people that she was snooping around on. I can only imagine. I mean, look at the bullshit she's been a part of, or like the people she's surrounded and stuff. I can only imagine. Look how she fucking like stalked Ronnie Lawson. Like, I mean, they would not. She goes with Fred's sister. Okay, that's the type of people she like surrounds herself with. Fred's sister, one that just got out of prison months before Summer goes missing, who was happened to work at the same fucking hotel that Layla Santinella was last seen, supposedly. Anyways, and just shady as fuck, horrible crimes. Fred's never been to prison, but his sister sure has. But yet, you know, these are the people that out here trying to spread this narrative about Fred and myself and others. And anyways, I got well, yeah, it's literally, I would love, I don't know how to find out. I would think that that would be information that I would think that they would be required to let you know if your privacy was you know what? I think I need to contact them. I think I do, because I think it is, yeah, the more I think about it, I know the name of the company. So I will contact them, because the more I think about it, the more I think about that is absolutely my right. If she was looking up my fucking private personal info on a work computer, info that not the normal public would have access to. Oh yeah, I was talking about how she was stalking Ronnie Lawson. You know, they were sending emails after emails after emails and calls after calls after calls, not returned. So what do? They sit up outside the fucking supposedly, if this even happened, guys, if it even is a real fucking video, because I don't put it past them that these guys would be a part of creating something completely fake through AI or whatever. But they stalked him and waited for him to come outside so they could catch him. Do you know? They didn't even fucking ask anything about Summer Wells, guys. Their main concern was about Fred and trying to get dirt on Fred to make him look bad or make me look bad. That is her fucking her agenda. It's not for Summer Wells. Like, what the fuck? You have a chance to talk to Ronnie Lawson about the case, and you sit there and you fucking harass him about Fred Hill like he's gonna fucking tell you anything. Oh, is that what you're talking about? Talking to Jody Sue? Oh, yeah. Okay. No, I didn't talk. That's right. I was going to answer that question. No, I haven't talked to Jody Sue. I don't. She doesn't really like me. So I don't know. Why would I be talking to Jody Sue? I did see she was supposed to do a live, and yeah, she did put that name in the title. I'm just going to stay quiet. That actually, it was Jody Sue's video that made me look even deeper, and that is actually how I ended up coming to, yeah, that is, I think that is how I first started looking into it even more. I think, or I can't remember if I was already looking into it, because I remember seeing Jody Sue, but anyways, yeah, I want to know if she was looking me up. I would think that they, you know how like companies let you know if your name was involved in a security breach? Well, I would think that they would be required to let us know if Nana4Lyfe was looking up our fucking personal information on her work computer. That makes so much sense, guys. You guys, I've had so many weird things happening, like with my credit report. And I was just thinking, I thought something was off, but I want proof of this. I think I should reach out to him. I was like, how is it felt like something was not right. It's not like my credit's the greatest anyway, so I really didn't fucking like look too much in it. But suddenly all these companies like that I supposedly owed money to from the past found me, and from years ago, and I'm like thinking, yeah, somebody fucking, I didn't really care. It's my debts, and it is what it is. But I you guys also remember like a year ago, I was fucking hacked and my YouTube channel was taken over and they streamed Bitcoin. It was my Google account that they fucking hacked. Isn't this also hindering Summer's case to be solved since she did that? I mean, that could be what the law enforcement was talking about interfering. What's it called? What was the conspiracy to interfere? I am going to check that out because I think that they would be required to tell me. I didn't even think about that until you guys said something, but this is all like new stuff that I have just recently found out within the last 24 hours. I will absolutely sue her if I have proof that she was fucking looking up my fucking information or Fred's information. And then I will fucking crowdfund with I will not care a little bit about grifting Miss Hollywood. I bet they cried. Boo! Oh no, our documentary fell through. That's what happens, guys, when you're involved with things that are not. You might want to rerun, Lisa. There's a lot. This is jam-packed full of good info. Real info, too. Not the fake shit that Nana4Lyfe and crew put out. The company has liability insurance just for this. I mean, who else's info would she be looking up? Who else has she had it out for? I can only imagine she was looking up Fred and me. I mean, who else? Who else is she going? Who all was she looking up? No, it doesn't involve a rake at all. It involves Nana4Lyfe being fired from her job for using her company computer to look up info on fucking people. And I would love to fucking know who those people are. It also involves the fact, guess what? I found out that it is a fact that Nana4Lyfe was a part of a Netflix documentary. And that whole crew that I talked about years ago and accused them of being part of a documentary, yeah, I just found out today that is 1,000% correct. And guess what? It fell through because the Wells decided not to go along with it because quote, Nana just wanted YouTube drama, not the truth. Or the group, this whole group. And I knew it. At the same time that incident happened where that group of people went up on Fred's property, sneaking around. These people called me a fucking liar, that I'm just crazy and making this shit up, even though that they were all over fucking YouTube, you know, talking about how Nana's strapped and they're, you know, hiding in bushes. Like I didn't fucking know what they were talking about. Who else would they be hiding on? They were up there hanging out with the Wells. Then why would they have to hide from the Wells? Who else were they hiding in bushes and sneaking up on? Duh. It only makes sense. Same time they were there, same time that group went up there, and one of them got knocked the fuck out. Well, not knocked out, but knocked down. And when they did, the gun that the person had went off. Could have killed somebody. How fucking stupid, dude. Oh, trust and believe. I will. Absolutely. It's unreal to me. Unreal. Told me I was a liar or that I'm just crazy. Think that, you know, who remembers? You guys have to remember back in 2023 into 2022, these people get back and they disappear for like forever and say they're done talking about Summer Wells, right? And they were up there hanging out with the Wells and stuff. Wonder why they were all part of a documentary behind the scenes, just like Ziggy told you guys. It made sense. Anytime you go on reality TV or are a part of this shit, you have to sign NDA and you're not allowed to talk about this shit. And you're not allowed to talk about it. They want that info for their documentary. They don't want it out there on fucking YouTube. So you're required to sign an NDA. Every fucking single one of them disappeared from YouTube. Every single one of them disappeared from YouTube, acting like they were doing a good thing and that they didn't want to make money off Summer Wells anymore. Bullshit! You were being involved in a documentary, trying to become famous, didn't want certain people talked to so you could spread an agenda. You didn't want people knowing. You knew exactly what you were up to the whole time. And you sold out and became best friends with certain people just because they were on the documentary with you. You guys all had to stick together. But now, since it all fell apart, because the Wells ended up pulling out of it, You know, now, then they were suddenly back on YouTube, right? Suddenly back. And then they tried to act like there was some crazy shit that went down. Yeah, some crazy shit went down because of you guys sneaking around, hiding in bushes, just exactly like you fucking said you were doing. And then when it happens and you're called out for it, you're like, you act like you didn't fucking happen. Well, you bragged about it live. What do you mean it didn't happen? And Ziggy's just crazy. And it just so happened, a similar situation, a group of people, like, were sneaking around on friends' property. And one of them had a gun. And the gun ended up going off because they were fucking smacked in the head. That is just so stupid. None of this is true. Really, Chasing. Yes, it is true. It is absolutely true. Go the fuck away, you traitor. You are a piece of shit. It is true. There was a documentary. You know, do you want to know who told me? There absolutely was. And yes, Nana4Lyfe and crew, you guys were all a part of it. Yes, you were. And yes, Nana4Lyfe was absolutely fired from her job for using the work computer in order to fucking look up personal information on people. You could go put that out on your channel, Chasing, and bitch and complain and say it's not true all you want and continue with your fake narrative. But when the absolute proof comes out, what are you going to say then? Don Wells says it was happening. Don Wells says there was a Netflix documentary being filmed and you guys were recording. It was mentioned out of nowhere. I didn't even fucking ask. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Interesting, because I fucking called that shit out years ago. Same shit I've been saying, Chasing, from forever. It's nothing new. Go along. Continue with your fucking fake narrative. You have no integrity. You sold out long ago. You sold out long ago. It's so obvious. Like, you and Gavel sit there and it's like so obvious you guys can't stand each other, but you guys have each other's secrets, right? So you can't turn on these people. I don't believe that Don was doing that. Did they show proof of Don doing that? I believe it was Bill Shipley. I believe that they're once again trying to spread a narrative. I just don't. And that's not even me defending Don. That's not even. Don is more of the type to. He's not going to do something right there out in the open. He's like more of a sneaky type. Why do you guys think they call Bill Crazy Bill? Okay, so I don't even think I mentioned your name, Chasing. I said Nana and crew, and I said use your brain to think about the certain ones that were supposedly just disappeared from the internet. Yeah, because chasing, you are part of the problem. You are part of the problem that has been around spreading fucking lies and bullshit and ignoring the stuff that is important. Well, I bet you would. I bet you would, because you guys are all pieces of shit who have zero integrity and have the same agenda. You guys sit there. I mean, I don't care. I really don't care who you like chasing. I really don't. I just know how it was so obvious. You guys, you went live and you talked about hiding in bushes, and you stopped talking about Summer Wells because, oh, I don't want to make money off Summer Wells anymore, right? Oh, no. Okay. I did mention chasing because she was gone around the same time. Yes, her name has came up, but not about, I was not exactly referring to her. I was trying to keep her name and others out, but I think it only takes common sense because it was her, Adrian, Gavel Geeks, and Chasing that were all a part of that whole shenanigans. I know you were. And Nana's the one that was involved with the documentary. Bye. These are all people that never come in here. Go into fucking Gavel Geeks, guys. If you don't like me, go into Gavel Geeks and defend yourself. Go live. Go live. Why? Because they don't want the freaking truth out, guys. It's so obvious. They don't want the actual truth out. Here, Fred, just send me the fucking text message so these fools can fucking see where I got the information. It doesn't get to me so much. This is one live. When people would fuck with if people fucked with your lives and were involved with a bunch of fuck shit behind the scenes trying to spread an agenda on you, it would kind of piss you off too. And this isn't going to be anything, and I'm not going back and forth with these people. I don't want anything to do with any of these people, or really any. I'm done with YouTube for the most part. I told you I'd be back if I had information, and I have information. Hold on. Okay. Thank you. I'm going to just switch over my laptop. Hold on, it's going to make me fucking, I wish there was a way to share on here. Here, let me do it like this. Hey, crazy cat. see if I turn down the brightness, maybe you guys can see. You recognize that fucking little icon? You know, it's very possible that Chasing didn't go through and decide to film for the documentary, but she absolutely knows about it. Okay. Maybe she wasn't one of the ones that filmed, but I do know Nana was. And who was the ones around Nana at the time? She absolutely, did you see how she wrote her message? And she put in quotes, we. She put in quotes, we, because she fucking knows about it. She wanted to be careful of how she said it. She wanted to act, be like, we, she knew about this documentary. He's so out of nowhere. Well, I messaged Don Wells from about something completely different. Had nothing to do with documentary. I didn't even fucking ask anything about a documentary. Don is the one that brought up the documentary out of nowhere. And I'm going to show you. We were talking, I confirmed with Don. I said, is Nana4Lyfe, is her real name Kim? He confirmed to me, yes. And I said, and he went to ask, I asked, do you know Nana4Lyfe's husband's name? And this is what he says. Because I go, do you know if Candace knows? Because I really would love to know the person who is behind a lot of this fuck shit. And I don't want to hear anything about me looking into her after she was fucking fired for looking into people on her company work computer. And who could she have been looking into? I can only imagine me and Fred were one of them. And I'm going to fucking find out for a fact. So, Don responds. Here's a screen. Here you go. Want to screenshot it? Screenshot time. Honestly, didn't think Don would respond. That was I didn't think Don would respond, and this is a very new first time I've been had talked to Don through call or text, I believe, for like since 4 years. 4 years. So I didn't think he would respond. I took Fred's phone. I messaged him from Fred's account because he had tried to call Fred around the search time. So I thought, well, I'll give it a try and see. He responds. He claimed, and this is what he says when I asked about if she asked if he knew who Nana4Lyfe's like husband was, and if he could ask Candace if she knows. You guys saw the screenshot. I said, or he said, she says she don't remember. He kind of stayed away from drama. Smart. LOL. Candace said she remembers him saying once that he wanted nothing to do with the drama. We had Netflix film crews in her house and they wanted a lot of drama. They didn't want to stick to the truth, so we told them we couldn't go with it. Ever since, Kimberly has been mad at us. It's buffering, don't worry. We'll do it again. We'll do it again. Let me know. Let me know. Don won't tell me the other people involved, but I fucking know. I mean, it only makes fucking sense. So, and this just happened to come through while I was live an hour and a half ago, guys. I literally had no idea about this. This all happened organically live. You saw it. You saw me freak out an hour and a half ago when I get this message. I was going to talk to you guys how about Nana going on a company computer and how she was fired from her intern's job looking up people's information. No, thank you, honey. So, no, you could cover your eyes. You don't have to watch. God, people need to control themselves. Don't tell me what to fuck to do. Control yourself. Like, just put the phone upside down and just listen. Well, I believe Don too because I already fucking knew about it. I've already said this for a couple years. I've already said it. And he just out of nowhere mentions a Netflix fucking documentary. Again, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? When I read this. He says she don't remember, or she says she don't remember. He kind of stayed away from drama. And he's talking about Nana's husband. And then he goes, smart, LOL. Candace said she remembers him saying once that he wanted nothing to do with the drama. We had Netflix film crews in her house and they wanted a lot of drama. They didn't want to stick to truth, so we told them we wouldn't go with that. Ever since, Kimberly has been mad at us. And when he said Netflix, I immediately clicked in my head, like, wow. Don't tell me how to fucking talk. Go elsewhere. You are on my channel. Again, after me asking Don, does he know who Kimberly's husband is? AKA Nana4Lyfe. He says, because I go, can you ask Candace if she knows who Nana4Lyfe's husband is? So I'm like, I want to know who this bitch is who has been trying to cause a bunch of bullshit when it comes to Fred and myself. I feel like I have every fucking right after everything that she's been a part of and the bullshit narrative. It sounds like in Nana's house, aka Kimberly, was, according to this message. Don says, again, after I asked, can he ask Candace who Nana's husband is? He says, she says she don't remember. He kind of stayed away from drama. Smart, LOL. Candace said she remembers him saying once that he wanted nothing to do with the drama. We had Netflix film crews in her house and they wanted a lot of drama. They didn't want to stick to truth, so we told them we couldn't go with that. Ever since, Kimberly has been mad at us. So I asked Don to tell me. He wouldn't tell me who else was involved with it. But I know that he's trying to stay quiet because I know there's certain ones he's still cool with, like chasing. So he wanted, he was okay to out Nana. But, a couple years ago, you guys have to, I'm sure you guys remember them all just leaving the internet and claiming that they were done talking Summer Wells. And it does make sense because, like, when you think about the events that have unfolded over the years, it would make a whole hell of a lot of sense. And, the certain one, this is exactly like why people like Ryan Finds Truth has been kissing Nana's ass. Because who else? Ryan's one of the biggest clout chasers I've ever seen. Changing his channel a million times to whatever, he thinks will stick. Going in his background, he has has talked about every and anything that he could that possibly could get him famous or known. But you guys, I don't really care who believes it. I'm used to people not wanting to believe like what I'm saying. And yeah, I know it comes from Don Wells, but to me, like, why I didn't even ask him about it. I didn't even mention anything about, and I could show the whole conversation. I will probably just go ahead and show the whole conversation and post it here today or tomorrow. So you guys could see exactly how it unfolded. Nothing was mentioned about a documentary. Zero. This is like one of the only first times, the very first time that I've spoke to Dawn in 4 years, like, was within like the last week or two. I don't want to be wrong. We haven't talked about a documentary. It's never came up in conversation. And he just randomly talks about a documentary that they were filming for. Okay, that's pretty weird, don't you think? It would be different if I had gave him that idea and had talked to him about it. I've never talked to Don about anything to do with the documentary or asked him any questions about anybody being involved in a documentary. Yeah, it was all fake bullshit. And I can only assume it was because they were signing NDAs with these documentary people. And chasing the one that came in here, instead of just telling the truth, she has to go around the truth and be like, we, we, in quotes, were not a part of it. So she was trying to refer to herself like she wasn't a part of it, but there were others. And she knows about it. And she has sat here and tried to paint me a fucking liar this whole time. That's my issue. Whether she was actually a part of it, she knows of some of this bullshit and the stuff that they've been up to behind the scenes, and she's chosen to keep quiet. Even though it was the truth, and I've been like saying it for years. But no, and then she comes here, oh, me and Gavel are besties. Okay, good. Everybody fucking comes to me and says you act like you hate her. I don't know. I don't watch you guys. You watch me. You guys follow me. I don't fucking watch you. So I only go on the things I do know for a fact. The CPS charges, that probably yeah. And that probably pissed Kimberly off that, oh no, now we can't do we can't do this fucking Netflix documentary, this narrative we've been pushing all along. And they're going to sit there and make you think that I said certain specific one. I mean, I can only assume. I'm just using my fucking common sense who were involved. The only one I know for a fact is Nana.
They were trying to make some kind of film on Summer.
Yeah, they were over there talking to Richard Gurley. They're the ones that talked to him.
He brought it up to me. I didn't know what he's even talking about at the time.
See?
Like, what?
Gavel Geeks, Adrian, talked to Richard Gurley. And Fred had no idea what he was talking about, saying that there was some kind of documentary being filmed. Richard Gurley told him that. Well, who's talked to Richard Gurley? Who's the ones that talked to Richard Gurley? It was fucking Gavel Geeks and Adrian. And he saw Andy, and right in front of him, he mentions that he saw Andy on the road. And they fucking overheard. He told him that. And Andy was standing right there too. And they're still lying. They still won't tell the truth. See, that's why I can't stand these people. They know shit, and they're spreading an agenda. The stuff that works, the stuff that they want to be true. And they're keeping certain things quiet when they know better. How did Richard Gurley know about a documentary being filmed? Well, who is it that fucking talked to him? Makes so much sense, guys. She is right there, and Chasing started to speak about Van Hill's search. Gavel jumped on there quick in a hurry and hushed her right on up. Yeah, because Nana4Lyfe, oh my gosh, they're all her Nana4Lyfe's whole family and everything lives right over there, about around that area. And like I said, I've already talked. Okay, I can't say her whole family because then they'll say, "Oh God, I'm lying," and I'm just like, if I'm not exactly specific. So yeah, I don't know. So let him. There's nothing to argue about. It is what it is. It's exactly what I pretty much fucking thought. And Chasing, you can sit there and wordplay all you fucking want. And sit there and act like because maybe you weren't filming for the documentary. that somehow, like, you knowing about it and keeping quiet, like you're it's like the same thing. You sat here and tried to make it seem like I'm crazy for thinking such a thing when you've known the whole time. What the hell? Who is this person? Oh, you remember when one of them had a bad headache after being on Ben Hill? Oh, really? That I would love to know. To me, it makes me wonder if it was Nana4Lyfe, because, you know, Chasing is the one that her and Chasing put out that Nana was strapped and they were hiding in bushes. I mean, Chasing did it herself and talked about it. Yeah, she literally said, Chasing, out of her own mouth, said they went there to hunt people. Who do you guys think that they were hunting? I mean, they already had access to the wells in their property, so they weren't hunting the wells. It came out later on through, well, one of them being Benny, who told me personally that Gavel Geeks was trying to set Fred up and was planning on purchasing drugs off of him. Cocaine, to be specific. That was all part of their plan. And at the, the same exact time, they're in fucking Tennessee out there in November of 2022. It just so happens, these group of people are pilfering around on Fred's property. And they send Bill Bitton to distract. I mean, I don't think it's me being crazy. I think it's me using my fucking common sense. So, yeah, back to who was Nana4Lyfe looking up on her company computer. Because if her work, and I know where she worked, tells me I or Fred was one of the people that she was investigating on company property, be prepared for a lawsuit. Be prepared for a fucking lawsuit. And I would think that would be information that they would have to tell me. Chasing, or Gavel, was more like, you can't talk about this, Chasing. You can't talk about Summer's case. It was super weird. Yeah, use your brain. Why would it be? Why? I'm not saying that to you, Paula, but like, people, use your brain. Why? Well, if somebody was filming a documentary, you wouldn't be allowed to talk on it. You wouldn't be able to talk on the information. They want you quiet. You sign NDAs in those situations. So Gavel telling Chasing to be quiet about it further confirms Chasing knew about it. So, yeah, I wasn't expecting to get that message from Dawn while I was live about this Netflix thing. You guys can rewind to the beginning and see exactly how I didn't even know about the Netflix thing. I didn't have a proof on that until Dawn messages me, like, while I was on my walk and I was live with you guys. I knew about the company property that she was utilizing to look up people at work, and she was fired for. I knew about that, but I didn't know about this documentary shit. And you could watch my live reaction because he messaged that message I just read to you guys while I was walking. You saw the time. I showed you the time. Do the math. It's on the screenshot. I've been live for an hour and 55 minutes. The screenshot is timestamped 8:56 p.m. It is now 10:47. I found out less than 10 minutes into my live about this Netflix documentary. 8:56 p.m. There you go. So you can go back and look at my reaction. I was like, whoa, finally, some sort of indication about what I was feeling all along. Yeah, they couldn't talk about Summer's case. Yeah, they all left from the internet. It was like 6 months to a year that they were gone. And I went, and then Jim passed away, so I couldn't call their asses out. This is all around. I mean, the worst timing, because I had been, before Jim passed away October 31st, 2022. They had their shit planned. They were going live. Chasing was being all fucking secretive, but at the same time, they were all going live and being, we're going to be hiding in bushes and people hunting. Yeah, and now taking down a stream of chasings, but you can find it online. It's out there. They were talking about their upcoming trip, and I was calling them out, telling everybody, guys, I'm telling you, they're a part of a documentary. Then Jim passes away October 31st, 2022. Freaking devastates me, right? And puts me, I didn't come back to the internet really. Like, I told myself, I gave myself till January 1st of the next year. I told myself I had to get my shit together by then, as far as like, I couldn't lay around in bed depressed and crying, and I had to get, life had to go on. I gave myself November and December to mourn, and barely went on YouTube. I stayed away. I didn't care about any of that stuff at the time. I was so devastated. And then when I come back, then they actually didn't come out and say, like, they kind of just disappeared there for a while. They didn't come out and say, like, they really didn't say anything. They actually deleted all their content off of YouTube too. You remember that? They deleted all their content off of fucking YouTube about Summer Wells. How obvious is that shit, Yeah, it was literally, I had been live less than 10 minutes. You guys could rewind and go see when I got the message. I freaking freaked out. I was like, oh my God, I fucking knew it. So, I mean, I suppose Don could be lying, right? I suppose, but that's a very odd lie to just randomly come up with when nothing about a documentary had been mentioned at all. And I wish I would have screenshotted, maybe one of you guys screenshotted Chasing's comments. I wish I would have screenshotted that shit of her saying, no, we, and she put in quotes, weren't involved. Well, Chasing, you knew about it. How did Richard Gurley, the people that you got, the man that the only person that has talked to Richard Gurley as far as YouTubers is myself for a second. I didn't even interview him. Literally, we just had a normal talk, and it's on my channel. When me and Fred were walking down Ben Hill Road, we just happened to see him out, and that's the only interaction I've ever had with the man. The only YouTubers that have spoke to Richard Gurley are the same ones that I'm telling you guys are involved with the documentary and know about it. Andy Bernard knows about it too, because he was right there. So why do you think, let me guess. Let me fucking guess. Andy Bernard was a part of this documentary, right? No wonder they wanted to fucking defend him so bad. Andy says, yes, I called Sassy and Gabby out for deleting lives. They did. They denied it and basically told me I didn't know what I was talking about. Yep. And then they come out and they finally said, right? They finally said, well, we're not talking about Summer Wells anymore. We feel bad making money. And Jason's like, I bought myself a new BMW off of the Summer Wells case, and how bad she felt about it. Fake as fuck. No. And then next thing we know, these were people who were avidly, except Chasing, avidly against the Wells. They come back from that trip, they're besties. They're besties with the Wells after that trip. Said they're done talking about Summer Wells. They disappear. They disappear. Oh, yeah, they all did that out of the goodness of their fucking hearts, right? Give me a fucking break, people. Give me a fucking break. Here's another screenshot. Might as well put it out there since I already showed the other one. Screenshot time. Talking about Nana4Lyfe, Dawn says, she has caused us a lot of problems. She got fired because she was trying to dig up everything she could find on people on her workplace computer. She's lost her mind like so many others. She's got Bill Shipley going crazy. Yeah, I bet they didn't think the fucking. They thought they were probably safe with that information and didn't think Dawn would fucking ever talk to us. That's why that's why certain ones of them are, refuse to talk about certain things because they don't want their little secrets to come out. Chasing came in here and been like, oh, we're besties. We're best friends. I love Gabble Geeks. Well, it says a lot about you. Says a lot about you. But I have had, you don't know how many times I've had people come to me and be like, they don't like each other. They don't get along. They sit there and fucking argue. I don't know. That's what I've literally never, I do not watch them. But that's what I'm hearing from other people. And the time that I did watch, when I went up on that panel one time and called Chasing out and ripped her a new one, when her and Gabble Geeks was up there fucking know-it-alls, like, God, holy crap, is that bitch a fucking know-it-all? They were up there, and I could, from that experience, I saw certain things around that time, how they interacted with each other. And you could tell that Gavel annoyed the fuck out of Chasing. I mean, that's what it looked like to me. And that's what other people have told me. I don't really care, honestly. But she wants you guys to think that they're besties. Well, of course. Of course they don't want to fall out because they all have secrets on each other. I don't think that's exactly true, New York Mom. Unless you have proof, I mean, they claim that there's this recording of Don admitting taking down certain flyers, and maybe, I don't know, maybe he was. But as far as like going around town and just ripping ones down like randomly and trying to run over Bill Shipley, I don't believe that. That is just Nana talking, and she has put out so many lies that I know are for a fact lies about Fred. I have a hard time. I mean, I know that they all lie, but Don's more the type, he doesn't do stuff out in the open. Do you guys really think with all that spotlight on him that he's gonna do that out in the open for people to see him? He's been more of a behind the scenes type person, or he'll come on here and talk shit drunk, he doesn't go around like that I can remember causing problems. And they also tried to make sure they set up that whole thing with Don and Bill Shipley, right? And Nana4Lyfe, and made sure to cause a whole big scene at the Christmas tree thing. I don't care about the flyers though, guys. Good. I mean, you heard it through a recording. Anything that comes from Nana4Lyfe, like in these recordings, I don't care. I really don't care. That's not the point of this stuff. These taking down the flyers, that has nothing to do with the stuff I'm talking about. Like, these people want to stick to, like, that's like all they have is to say, I mean, I don't care. This is not defending Dawn. The point is, Nana4Lyfe got fucking fired for looking up people's information on her work computer. And she was a part of a Netflix documentary filming with, the Wells, and that was part of the whole falling out. Well, I am no baby. You'll have to rewind. So maybe Don admitted to the fucking flyers. I don't know. But I still don't believe him trying to run him over. I just don't. I believe it more likely was the other way around. But it's honestly, I don't really care. That's just my opinion, though. We don't have proof of it. So we just go by what we know of their past behaviors. Fred knows of Bill Shipley being always been like that. He's been the type to be always want to be the good and bad guy at the same time. No, New York Mom, that's not motivation at all. It's no. Because of ripping down flyers? If he admitted it, then why would that be angry? If he's admitted it for you guys all to hear, then what's the big deal? What's the hide anymore? I just know what Nana4Lyfe has fucking tried, the agenda that she has tried to push. He mentions a fucking documentary out of nowhere. Hold on, guys. I have to use the bathroom. I don't know. Actually, I might just go ahead and get off here. I think I've said everything I need to say. I told you guys I'd come back if I had any information. That's it. And I'm not back. I'm not going to be going live all the time. I have other things going on. And people can believe whatever they want to believe. I don't care. I won't be watching any of it. I don't watch YouTube like at all anymore, for the most part. And it is what people are going to believe, what they want to believe. Yeah, I would rewind to the beginning to see how everything unfolded. But yeah, everybody have a nice evening, guys. I'll talk to y'all later.